So using weather stations and ocean ship measurements and buoys to go back, we can go back to about the mid-19th century. Before that, you have to use things like tree rings and ice cores and cave records and other stuff. But in the record that we have since the 19th century, these are by far the warmest years and the warmest. We think, adding that data on, that this is likely to have been the warmest for actually many thousands of years. And conceivably many hundreds of thousands of years.
And how much can we implicate those facts in major climactic events, such as a third of Pakistan was underwater last year? I mean, yeah. And they're still recovering. What's
so?
I know people are resistant to say this caused that, but we can speak statistically about it, correct?
Yeah, we can. So the warming that we've seen, right? So we've seen about 2 degrees Fahrenheit warming since the late 19th century. That is enough to be impacting the weather. It's enough to be impacting the frequency and intensity of heat waves. It's enough to impact the intensity of rainfall. And we've been seeing that Hurricane Ian, Pakistan, and now in California. We are seeing that is enough to implicate the rise in sea level and the changes in Arctic sea ice. All of these things are linked to that global mean temperature change that we've seen. And that change is because of us.
Is the rise in sea level a combination of the water getting warmer as well as glacial ice melting back into the ocean?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So the water is getting warmer. So we're putting heat into the ocean like nobody's business. I mean, if I told you the unit that they measure that it's in zetajoules, right?
Zetajoules. Oh my God.
Zeta, yeah. Zeta, I don't know.
Yeah. We would say zeta,
anyway.
Z-E-T-T-A. The metric prefix above petajoules.
Way above.
Oh, so way above.
Way
Excuse
above.
me.
Yeah,
Excuse
so
me.
it's 10 to the power 22 joules. Right, that's the unit that we're measuring these changes in. So that's a very big. So that's causing the ocean to expand, right? That's the rising sea level, and then the heat itself is melting mountain glaciers around the world. It's melting Greenland. It's melting Antarctica, and so all of that ice that was ice is now water. And that's raising the sea level as well.
All right, so
now does sea level rise actually contribute to temperature increase? Because some would say no, that it seems like it should cool it down if you're putting frozen water, water that was recently frozen, into the ocean, that would cool things off.
Well, but we're putting in lots more heat, so it's just melting the ice. Right? So so that doesn't cause temperature rise, but it does impact the damages caused by the storms, right? So the sea level rises, the storm surges become more damaging. It's pretty.
So Gavin, I think a healthy skeptic would say, "Oh, come on now. How is it that you get to blame heavy rains as well as drought on the same phenomenon?"
Exactly.
How can you?
Very suspicious.
Yeah. What's
the key thing to remember, particularly about rainfall, is that it's not raining everywhere at the same time. So as things get warmer, there's generally more water vapor in the atmosphere. You can hold a lot more water in the atmosphere. So that when you have a frontal system, when you have a rainfall event, when you have an atmospheric river, you're delivering a lot more water vapor potentially. And so that comes out in the statistics of rainfall. So when it rains, you're seeing a shift towards the more intense rainful amounts. So
did you use the term atmospheric river?
I do, yeah.
What is that?
So,
it's hard to believe Mint's new family plan is just $15 a month per person. So I've asked my wife.
So it's really neat. If you look at satellite photographs or satellite imagery of water vapor, right? It isn't just like a blob, right? There's more water in the tropics, right? It's warmer, and less water vapor in the poles. But the pattern of water vapor is very interesting, and what you get is these. They're called atmospheric rivers. They're these bands of very very